Hi, my name's Dave Thornley and I'm a corporate cab driver. Started in 2006, so just coming up 6 years. It was almost like buying a job for a start, so that appealed to me. You know, that's what we're now. I still see, because I own the job, and as long as I put my best foot forward at all times, you can basically do it for as long as you're fit and able, from what I can see of it. So it's so from looking at when, I haven't set a time on how long I'd like to do it for. I'm probably not that sort of a person, but I just enjoy doing it, as best I can. Generally I start somewhere between 6 and 7 and do generally 12 hours from there. Really do basically a 12-hour day. I do 6 days a week. I bought into a new business. I just made my own decision. I thought it was probably better to start with a new vehicle, mainly because it was a nice opportunity to buy a new vehicle. I thought that was pretty good. For my first year, I just worked every day that I possibly could. I'd heard all about all these downtowns and uptowns, and I found that the only way to find these things out is do it, and then you make your own decisions next time around, and that's basically what I've done. I know what I need to do and what suits me now, and what works for me, and doesn't necessarily work for another person, but they'll find their own way of doing it. And I think that's a good thing about corporate cabs. It's just those options are there. It's your choice. If you ask me about the bookwork, fortunately I've got a wife that I think loves doing it. She'll just say, you need to do this, this and this, and give me that piece of paper and give me that piece of paper, and I just carry on driving the thing. So I've been very fortunate like that. She's very good at it, so that's a plus for me. You want to present the vehicle as best you can every day. And I find, personally, if I decide to take it away for a weekend, you come back Sunday night and spend another 2 or 3 hours getting it ready for Monday morning, well, I'd rather not do that. I'd rather just tuck it away on Friday night and pull it out again on Sunday or Monday whenever I start again, and it's ready to go. Yeah. I like the variety of what we do. I've always liked meeting people, and I like meeting the new entrants to New Zealand, new visitors to New Zealand. We get a lot of those through the international, obviously, and it's quite it's rewarding, I think. You give people a bit of, if they want it. You're always on a trip from the airport to the city. Within the first 5 minutes, you can sense whether the people want to talk to you, what they want to know about, whether they want to know about Auckland, whether they want to know about the country. And so you take the lead from them, and I enjoy doing that part of it. It's basically selling Auckland or selling the country to them, and hopefully they've enjoyed their ride in, and I haven't found anybody yet that hasn't. And you do find with most overseas people, even though there's no tipping in New Zealand, they're very good at it. And very rewarding sometimes. And that's I guess another reason for trying to give it your best effort. Made some good friends through the company. There's always out of what have we got, nearly 300 people. I understand that there's people that you see more of than others, and you generally everybody knows everybody, because we're doing all the same thing. It's the conversation can be rather boring, because the first thing that as soon as you meet someone, they tell you what the first 6 jobs they've done that morning. You think, well, I've just done the same thing. So training was, when I started, was a week's training, and very intensive training. The trainers that I had were very experienced, knew the game backwards, but the day you get out there on your own, you can't sort of remember what they told you on that day, and it's quite a challenge. You think, I'm sure they told me this, but where was I supposed to park? And it's quite, you see it now, to see that you can always pick the new guys, because they go, I'm sure they got the same look on their face as what I had when I started, and you think, what the hell have I got myself into? And then I think it takes a good couple of months before you come to grips with it. And the first week is just shock horror. You think, God, I didn't realise there was so much to know about all this. Because but once you get going, it just flows, and it's just like anything. It's just, I guess the difference with this is there's a lot of people around you doing the same thing when you're training, but or when you're in your first week, but they're all that busy doing their own thing. You can't actually find someone to ask what you need to know right at that moment. So you're there doing it. You haven't got the trainer on your shoulder thinking, oh yeah, you press button A, or you ask them this, or find out that. Yeah, I think they call it a steep learning curve. You certainly got to like driving. You got to like driving. It's a service business, so you want to be prepared to give service. You need to come in. You don't want to come in with a big mortgage and also have to borrow to buy the car. You want to be pretty debt free to come in, so you can just get the lifestyle out of it that it offers. I think as much as anything, and if you take that on board from anybody that you talk to, ask a lot of drivers. Don't just, because ask 12 drivers, they'll all have a slightly different version on all of that. So ask as many people, and you'll just stop anybody. You know, if they're sitting there waiting, go and have a chat to them, and they'll any of them will certainly give you their view with and plus. But yeah, I think the first things to consider is that it is a service industry. It is a franchise, and you need to work. Be prepared to work within that franchise, and it goes well. Good. It's enjoyable. It really is.